Chapter 6, Section 1, Relating Fractions, Decimals, and Percents. The objective: learn to compare and order decimals, fractions, and percents. Percents are ratios that compare a number to 100. If we look at this box on the right, to convert a fraction to a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator. Our example is 1 over 8, 1/8. Now remember that this fraction bar really means division. So we would take the numerator, which is 1, divide it by 8, and we would come up with the decimal 0.125. That's to convert a fraction to a decimal. To convert a decimal to a percent, we would multiply 1 by 100 and insert the percent symbol. So in this example, our decimal is 0.125. We would multiply it by 100 and we would come up with 12.5, and we would add the percent symbol. On the left hand side, we've got an example of ratios. They're decimal and percent equivalent. The ratio of 3/10 is equivalent to 30 over 100. Now remember that percents are ratios that compare a number to 100. So 30 over 100. 30 would be our percent because it's out of 100. From a ratio to a decimal, remember, numerator divided by denominator, so 3 divided by 10 would come out to be 0.3. Same idea with 1/2. 1/2 is equivalent to 50 over 100. So it is out of 100, so our numerator would be our percent. 3/4. Again, 3 divided by 4 would come out to be 0.75. From a decimal to a percent, we would multiply by 100, or move the decimal to the right 2 times and add the percent symbol. In example 1, we're asked to compare using less than, greater than, or equal to. We are looking at 0.893 and 50%. In order to compare these, we need to write both of them as a decimal, a fraction, or a percent. That will make it a lot easier. So in this example, I'm going to show you that 0.893, I'm going to keep that as a decimal. Now 50%, I'm going to convert that into a decimal. So 50%, we can write that as a fraction. It would simply be 50 out of 100. Remember, numerator divided by denominator will convert it into a decimal. So 50 divided by 100 will come up with 0.5. We can clearly see that 0.893 is greater than 0.5. In example 2, we're asked to write 0.075%, 5/6, 0.41, and 100% in order from least to greatest. Now when we do this, it's going to be a lot easier if all of those numbers are written in the same form. In this example, I'm going to convert them all into fractions. From that, I'm going to convert those fractions into decimals. So 0.075%, we can simply write that over 100 and lose the percent sign. So it's 0.075 over 100. 5/6 is already a fraction. 0.41 or 41 hundredths. And 100%. Again, take the percent, set it over 100, and lose the percent sign. Now, once they're all written in fractions, we can convert these fractions into decimals. So 0.075 over 100, I'm going to take the numerator and divide it by the denominator, and I'm going to come out with 0.00075. I'm going to do the same with 5/6. Take the numerator 5, divide it by the denominator 6, and come out with 0.833 repeating. 41 divided by 100 is going to come out to be 0.41, and 100 divided by 100 will come out to be 1. Now remember, we are asked to write these numbers from least to greatest. So with our answers, we have 0.00075, 0.83 repeating, 0.41, and 1. Of those, which one is the of least value? It's our bottom one. But we are not going to write this decimal form. We're going to write its original form, that being 0.075% as our least. Our second least, we're going to look at the remaining 3, 0.83 repeating, 0.41, and 1. Our second least would be 0.41 we're going to go back to the original way of writing it, which is also the decimal, and write that in. The next ones, we have 0.83 repeating left and 1. 0.83 repeating is less than 1. We're going to go back to the original form of that number, which is a fraction of 5/6. We're going to write that in. And last but not least, 1. But that it was originally 100%, so we'll finish off with 100%.